to the inside. Aldridge.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Curry passes to Green. Curry kicks to Bogut. It's blocked. Got it up. No luck. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Spurs. They're up by 3. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Mills and Manu at the guards. West out there with Anderson. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Mills dishes to West. That's good. West has got the lead up to 5 now for the Spurs.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Here's Curry after the basket by San Antonio. And David West gets the whistle that time. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Thompson against Ginobili. Ginobili knocks it loose. And he's able to get it back. No good from Bogut. San Antonio leading by 5. Ginobili attacking. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Bogut tries again, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And he's good on the second.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
And now it's Green running. Wouldn't go all the way.
Stupendous. I love that word. Save that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
Just beautiful.
That's one of those alley-oops upside your head right there.
It's stolen by Green. It's Thompson off the drive. Green with the block. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. It's stolen by Bogut. Passes it to Barnes. Leonard with the steal. To the paint. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, going back to Bogut when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
A 3 from Leonard. Drains the 3, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That one on Thompson.
You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
Curry, good.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Parker against Curry. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs. Playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game played. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
Here's Leonard. Klay Thompson grabs the miss. Warriors trail by 6. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. It's tipped. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist from Leonard. Duncan's got the lead up to 8 now for the Spurs.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
The clock.
And now, your Spurs.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Leonard playing extremely well. 12 points and a block.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. And it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Now here's Curry. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Green, no luck. Ginobili outside. Parker outside. Here's Aldridge. The second effort. Can't capitalize inside.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Curry attacking. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Here's Ginobili. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his third rebound tonight.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
From the arc. Again, the miss by Green.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Aldridge. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. And that's 10 points for Aldridge.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. You can point to any number of things, Clark, the Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long. Partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Barnes. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Good. And 11 points for Steph Curry.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
Aldridge, the pass to Duncan. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. To the middle. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And the dunk by Barnes.
Now that's a momentum shifter there. A steal leading straight to a quick bucket.
Yeah, and a great way, Clark, to capitalize on the turnover. Don't waste any time. Get the ball right up the court.
Now here's Mills. The feed to West. Great D that time from Green.
And, you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
Ginobili with the steal. Moving it up. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Mills. Anderson's got his first points of the game.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And Curry, certainly, Clark, a magician with the ball in his hands. He can really supply the terrific handle, razzle-dazzle moves, crossovers. He has it all.
He sure does, but on occasion he can be a little loose with it. And